Hey, what's going on, guys? This is episode 13? Episodes, whatever, part 13? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Of, One Level Thoughts, Bob is you. We're going to be taking a look at level 5 in the lake, the water, whatever you want to call it. Bob is you, flag is win. Oh, why is it so zoomed in? Wall is stop. What I wanted to talk about today was some of the non-physical projects I've been working on. Last episode I kind of talked about flags, like I said. Flags. Oh boy. I talked about clocks and physical projects. Now I want to talk about... Oops. I didn't think that was going to work. I want to talk about other projects I've been working on that are not physical. Mainly, the big one that I've been trying to do for the last couple of years is something about how to stream. And by that, I don't mean personality and how to be personable and stylistic choices. That's you know, that's all subjective. I mean more from a technical standpoint. I've been fooling around with different settings and even beyond streams, post processing and archival and stuff like that. And I've just been writing down kind of what I've done and what I my opinions on things and all that. And I started a big document on Google Drive with all these ideas, and I've been slowly over the last year or so formulating them into more of a guide, you know, rather than just a correlation of thoughts. And my hope is that maybe one day it'll be in a position where I can actually like release it almost and have it be a reference for people who are not sure where they are, how they want to change things, or even better, maybe have a problem and want to troubleshoot. So I don't know, it's just been something I've been fooling around with and working on. One of the tough things, A, is time, but B, things have changed in the last couple of years, you know. Not that it wasn't popular when I started, it definitely was, but now streaming is even more popular, you know. It's getting up there. There's offshoot companies who have sprung up, you know, in order to capitalize on it all that, and you know, that's fine. You know, Streamlabs is one of the big ones, and they have their Streamlabs OBS, but some things like that complicated. It's pretty easy just to kind of like boot up Streamlabs OBS and run their connection wizard and blah 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 and just have a stream happen. You know, but is that optimal? Is that the best quality for your processing, for your you know, like there's a whole bunch of variables in there that they kind of just do. You know, I can tell you from experience, when I ran the wizard on my thing, it recommended using NVNC. It had my audio bitrate at something that wasn't really conducive to video. Sorry, sample rate, not bitrate. And just a couple other things that I was just kind of like, really? That's what they're doing? So, it'd be nice to be able to have like a more concise reference that people can look at, maybe all in one spot, maybe taking from some other references, you know, citing other people's references and stuff like that you know, you'll find a guide on how to do XYZ or whatever, how to play music on stream and take it out later, stuff like that, and how to set up you know, virtual audio cables and all that, and as much as I dislike virtual audio cables, I do use a couple. One, specifically so that I can play music and take it out later. I don't do any any voice processing through them, which I know a lot of people like to send them through Reaper, and I'm really not a fan of that, but it is an option. So stuff like that, I kind of have to note and explain how to do and all that, even though I don't like doing it, and that requires, you know, time and effort to do all that. And so all those kinds of things that I've been thinking about, and it's very slow going. It's definitely not something that's probably going to happen soon, if it happens at all. But it is a project I've been working on. And then, like I said, it goes beyond the streams to you know, VODs and file management and all that. And you know, like I said, in the last this could be a whole nother topic, actually. In the last year or so, I've been working on streamlining my VODs to go to YouTube. You wouldn't know it with how far behind I am, but I have been, honestly. My biggest problem is moving files around, not necessarily processing them. So, like right now, I record obviously to my computer, and the way I prefer to record for quality makes these large file sizes. If I go look in here real quick and do detail view, I mean, looking at some of these, I can see 20 gigs, 18 gigs, 25 gigs, 31 gigs, you know, stuff like that, 20 gigs, all that. And, you know, something that's 20 gigs can be compressed down to like 13, 14 gigs, you know what I mean? But in order to have and keep the quality at a reasonable, you know, threshold to the original. But if I record and make, you know, at a lower bit rate and all that, it's not going to be anywhere near the same quality. So, you know, obviously OBS is more concerned about capturing the data than it is about being A, small with the file size, you know, well compressed, and B, or C, I don't even know what number I'm on. You know, it's already doing a lot real time to capture this stuff. It doesn't need to add encoding, you know, encoding at a nicer quality. You know, it takes more CPU cycles and all that to do it. So, you know, I don't have it do that. I do that in post, but that ends up with big files. And of course, I add on the intro that you saw earlier and an outro, which I don't put on these videos, but I do put on the streams. And all that, and that takes time. And I also, like I said, I compress it down and save a file that preserves all the audio tracks. So like I'll record my streams where the first audio track is what you're hearing now. That's the live stream. And then the second audio track might be only my microphone. And the third audio track might be only the game. And the fourth audio track might be the game and my mic. And the fifth one might be only music. And the sixth one might be only Discord or something like that. And in that manner I can later go in and take things apart. You know, say it's a copyright written song, I still have the game audio by itself, I still have my mic by itself, I still have Discord audio by itself, and I could recombine those items in such a way where I don't have the whatever music I was playing. Like, you know, a classic case of this is something like Factorio or Eco, where I've substituted in other music because, you know, I play those games a large amount of time, fairly often, and the music's, I mean, not quite as diverse as I would like. So, you know, I substitute my own, and sometimes those are copywritten, and sometimes I don't care. I'll let it go, and, you know, if someone's making 1/32 of a penny off of me, then oh no. But sometimes they get blocked, like worldwide, and no one can watch them, and that's when I have a problem. So, it comes in handy there, and so how to record your files in a format that's capable of preserving that, how to remove those audio files so you can, you know, re-edit them, or even you can even do something as simple as just swapping, you know, channel 1 and channel 4, so that when you upload it to YouTube or whatever, YouTube doesn't care about any channel besides channel 1. You know, you don't even have to do anything with that. It's just a command I can run in FFmpeg and just like boom, you know, stick it on YouTube. It's done. So stuff like that, and making smart decisions about how to do that is definitely something that I would love to cover and have other people be aware of, because, you know, people are aware that you can kind of do this, but not everyone is. Not everyone's sure how to do it. Some people want to do it and are not sure how, and, you know, it would just be nice to have a nice place to go reference it that's not somebody's, you know, janky YouTube guide where they're on YouTube like, hey guys, today we're gonna be doing this, and you know, their microphone's weird and they're using fucking Microsoft Paint to type out letters to tell you how to do, you know, whatever. It'd be nice to just have a nice clean area where we could do that, and the beauty of Google Docs is people could even suggest changes and stuff, and it's not something that needs to be set in stone, you know. With all the changes that OBS and NVIDIA have been doing with the new NVIDIA codec, it's making NVNC a much more palatable at lower bit rates. So that is now becoming a valid option for actual streaming, not just for large file, you know, local recording. So stuff like that that's changing. If it were a YouTube video, that YouTube video is just out of date. It's done. I gotta remake the video or re-upload it, whatever. With some sort of Google file, hey, you update it, you make a note, maybe you cross out a section, rewrite it, and leave a section there as reference for people. Maybe they're using an older version, whatever. But I don't know. That's kind of what I've been working on behind the scenes. You know, every like 3 or 4 months, I'll write a sentence or two, and then it'll go back into storage. One day we'll make it. But until that day, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.